You nothing like that? Okay, you mind if I check you for weapons?
No, I don't.
Okay, go ahead and face the car.
I said no.
I understand that. Go ahead and take your hand out from behind your back.
I'll just...
Go ahead and stop.
It starts with something almost nobody would look twice at. A car following a little too close behind another car on a rural road near Tappan Lake. An officer flips his lights on. Routine. The kind of stop that happens 100 times a day in every county in America. Within minutes, that same officer will be on the ground behind his own patrol car, checking his body for bullet holes. This is how fast it can happen. And this is exactly how it did.
How are you? Hey, oh wow.
Yeah, I know.
No worries. Hey, just following the car in front of you a little too close, alright?
I was wondering, because I know I wasn't speeding.
No, yeah.
Here goes my insurance. I don't have my driver's license on me. I don't have my wallet on me.
Okay, what's your name?
Nikki Renard.
Nikki Renard.
Yeah,
okay.
6/22/85 is my birthday.
Okay, where are you from?
Steubenville.
Okay.
I was coming out here to do a job.
Okay, who's this you got back here?
Oh, that's the dude that was doing
Randy.
a job.
Yeah, I'm just doing a job. Just take me
A
for a
pet
ride.
spraying for bugs.
Okay, gotcha. What's your social?
The driver pulls over without incident. She doesn't have her license on her, no wallet at all, she says. She gives her name. Mickey. She tells the officer she's from Steubenville out here for work. In the back seat is a passenger. When the officer asks who he is, the answer comes almost as an afterthought. A friend of her husband's riding along. He paid her $50 for a ride out to do what she calls a bug job. Spraying a house for bed bugs. It's a strange little detail, the kind you'd forget entirely if nothing else happened that day. But it's also completely believable. People make odd little cash arrangements like this all the time. Nothing about it screams danger. The car isn't in her name, it's her mother's. The insurance paperwork on hand is outdated. She gets her mother on the phone trying to track down a current copy. It's the most mundane kind of friction there is. A driver without her documents, a mother on speakerphone, an officer being patient about it. For several minutes, this is just a traffic stop. Slow, procedural, faintly irritating for everyone involved. Nothing more.
Is it still the same company?
Yeah.
Okay. Try to find an up-to-date one. That way I can show you have at least proof of insurance.
Yeah, this was the last one that she gave me to put in the car.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know why they don't do that.
Do you have it on your phone or the app on your phone?
No, I don't.
Okay.
That's cursed, she does. But it should still be the same policy number.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mom, you don't have the insurance on an app or anything? The car insurance. Yeah, but he said that, because I got pulled over, he said that's expired.
Yeah, it expired on March 4th.
He said it expired March 4th. I know there's insurance on it, but I'm just saying the expiration date on here is 3/4.
Maybe can she send it to you?
Do you have it on the phone? Do you have it on the phone, Mom? I'll tell you all that. Yeah. All right.
She looking?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's definitely insured. We got insurance.
Okay, gotcha.
That guy was pulling over to his mailbox.
They what?
He braked and got in front of his mailbox.
Yeah, I seen that, and it seemed like he got over soon. I assumed he pulled over in that lane soon, or
Yeah.
because you were so close to him is what I was assuming.
No.
Okay.
He got over to pull over his mailbox.
Yeah, because I was wondering, I was like, why is he going on the other road?
Yeah, on down the other side. I got you.
I'm in the Caddis.
Yeah, we're out by Tappan Lake.
No, Tappan Lake. Yes. Because I gave Randy a ride to do this bug job. Mom, can you just look, please? Sorry.
That's all right. Is she looking for it?
She don't have it on her. She probably has it at home. She's not home.
All right.
Is there a way I can...
Yeah, come back here and I'll talk to you. Yeah, that's fine.
I know, but that said March 4th.
You don't have anything in your pocket,
No,
do you?
I don't have nothing.
Is there any way she can send you a copy or have someone send you a copy?
Do you have one on you? Can you take a picture of it and send it to me? for the Dodge.
Then the officer asks a question that changes the shape of the encounter. Any weapons? Any drugs? Nothing illegal in the car? She says no. At some point in this exchange, the officer decides he has enough to ask for consent to search the vehicle. Not probable cause, he clarifies when pushed on it, but consent freely given by the driver. The passenger is asked to step out. This is where the temperature shifts fast. The officer asks a simple, standard question. Any weapons on him? He says no. The officer asks if he can pat him down, standard procedure during any vehicle search. And the passenger says no. 2 words. That's the entire warning anyone gets.
Who's the guy in the back seat to you?
Oh, just my husband's friend.
Your husband's friend.
Yeah,
And his name's Randy?
Yeah, I'm not sure of his last name either.
Okay.
He just asked me and his friend to ride out here to do a bug job.
What's a bug job?
Gave me $50 and
What's a bug job?
someone had bed bugs. And
Oh.
we had to spray for them.
Gotcha. Okay. Nothing illegal in the vehicle?
No.
Okay. While we're waiting on that, you mind if I go through and confirm? Go ahead and sit here.
Yeah.
The officer, still calm, tries to explain. This is a safety check, not an accusation. He asks the man to face the car. He doesn't comply. What happens in the next several seconds happens too fast for anyone involved to fully process in real time. There's a struggle. A command to stop. And then gunfire. Shots fired. An officer, alone on a rural road, radioing for help while a man runs from the scene. On foot at first and then somehow behind the wheel of the officer's own patrol vehicle, driving directly at him. What follows is chaos rendered almost entirely in fragments. The driver, still sitting in her car, asks over and over if she's been hit, patting down her own arms, her back, her legs, checking for holes that aren't there, shaking, apologizing for something that isn't her fault. It's one of the rawest sounds in any piece of body cam footage, a person's nervous system completely overriding their ability to speak in full sentences, just repeating the same instinctive question. Am I hit? Am I hit? Am I hit? Meanwhile, other units are already converging. Radio traffic stacks on top of itself. Addresses, directions, the same 2 words over and over. Shots fired. Shots fired. A stolen patrol car is now somewhere on these roads with an armed man behind the wheel, and every officer in range is being pulled toward the same fixed point most of them know only as a series of road names shouted over a channel already full of noise.
Randy, what's your last name?
Roast.
What is it?
Roast. Why am I being? I'm a passenger.
Yeah, I know. I'm just getting your information.
Oh, it's Randy Roast.
Brost,
ST.
B-R-O-S-T. And where are you from?
Mingo.
Mingo?
Yep.
And what's your date of birth?
9170.
9-1 what?
70.
70?
Yep.
Okay. Okay. What I'm going to do is a quick vehicle search. Okay, no weapons in here. Drugs.
There's no drugs.
Okay, that's what I'm going to confirm.
What's your probable cause?
I don't have probable cause. I have consent.
From who?
Her.
All right.
So go ahead and hop out. Okay. Gonna be doing a vehicle search.
This door won't open. I gotta come back.
Okay. No weapons on you, nothing like that. Okay, you mind if I check you for weapons?
No, I don't.
Okay, go ahead and face the car.
I said no.
I understand that. Go ahead and take your hand out from behind your back.
I'll just.
Go ahead and stop.
Get off.
No!
The pursuit doesn't stay on pavement for long. It moves into the woods. On foot now, a man is running from an entire response of law enforcement, and the language across the radio changes accordingly. Commands to drop a weapon, commands to show hands, the deployment of AK-9, the specific and clipped vocabulary officers use when they believe a firearm is still in play. Someone notes the gun is down by his hand. Someone else confirms less lethal rounds have been deployed. And then, within moments, a single shot from an elevated position, a rooftop, and the words that follow are as plain and unadorned as anything in this entire encounter. Good hit. He's falling. He's down. There's no music behind those words. There shouldn't be. What comes after is not a moment of triumph. It's the far more complicated business of approaching an armed, wounded person on the ground, uncertain whether the threat is actually over. Officers move in with the caution their training demands. Watch the hand, watch the gun, don't chase, hold. A knee is stopped mid-step, a command repeated, A body physically restrained by other officers rushing forward too early. This is the part of the video that resists easy narration, because there's nothing satisfying happening. There's just relief and adrenaline, and the beginning of an entirely different kind of process. First aid, containment, the long paperwork of what a shooting like this becomes in the weeks after it happens.
You're not bleeding now.
I don't think I'm hit.
No.
But he shot
Can you
at me.
stand up? Oh my God, I'm shaking. Oh my God, why would he do that?
Pat me down.
Okay. I'm so sorry, sir. I'm shaking.
I think I'm
everywhere.
okay.
Yeah, you're not hit. Jeez.
And check up here.
Oh. No, sir, you're fine. I don't see nowhere. Are you okay? Oh my, he took off in my car.
He's going eastbound. I can't move my arm.
You can't move your arm?
Check and make sure I'm not hit.
Yeah, no, there's nothing here. But
Check for holes.
No, I don't see no holes.
Check up
Mom!
here.
No, you're fine. There's no holes up here. It's a Dodge. What is it? A 2014?
It's a blue Dodge.
Blue Dodge. A Dodge Journey. Dude, he's fucking shot at the cop. He shot at the cop. Did you say something?
No.
Did you say something?
Come here.
Oh my God.
So I just got shot at. I gotta check me for blood, check me for any holes or injuries.
No, I didn't see nothing, but I'm so nervous right now.
Any blood? No. Okay, check my back. No holes?
I just see a bruise right there.
Okay. Okay. I just got shot at.
Okay. Not by me.
Wait. No, he's okay. He's friendly. I just gotta make sure I don't have any holes. Where?
31 spikes are good, 31.
Let me see your ass! Shots fired, shots fired!
Shots fired, 41. I'm gonna head that way, 1720. Shots fired again. Spikes are good, 31.
Let me see your ass! Shots fired, shots fired!
Shots fired, 41. I'm gonna head that way, 1720. Shots fired again.
He's going in the woods. Drop it! Drop it! Drop it!
Going into the woods,
Keep the rifle. I see him. He's right there, to your 12, about 50 yards.
Alright, beatbag I think is being deployed.
They're gonna get too close, I'll be out. Right?
Yeah.
They're on top of
Yeah,
it.
they're on top of it. They're on top of it. K9's being deployed. Alright, K9's deployed. He's reaching for the gun, guys. Watch him. It's down by his left hand. The gun's down by his left hand.
Off gun.
Copy.
Okay, we're making contact with them. Get that squad lined up as close as you can get it to us. Yeah, one shot fired from blue. Good hit. He's running. He's down. I have seen. He's peeking! He's peeking! No! He's peeking! Hold! I'm off. He's on that tree. We're off.
What we don't know, and what this transcript doesn't tell us, is what became of any of the people involved after this moment. We don't know the outcome for the man who was shot. We don't know what charges, if any, followed for the driver or for anyone else at that traffic stop. We don't know what led a routine stopover following too closely to end with an officer radioing that he'd just been shot at. What we do know is this: it took less than a minute to go from a conversation about expired insurance to a foot pursuit through the woods that ended in gunfire. And that's the part of this footage that should stay with you longer than any single moment of action. Not the chase. Not the takedown. The speed of it. The total absence of warning. Every one of these encounters starts the same way every other traffic stop in the country starts. A set of headlights in a rearview mirror, a request for license and registration, a few minutes of small, ordinary friction. Most of them end exactly the way they began. Quietly, forgettably, with a warning or a ticket and two cars pulling back into traffic. This is the one that didn't. Somewhere in that gap, between the version of this stop that almost happened and the version that actually did, is a question that doesn't have a clean answer. What is it, in a single refusal, in a single moment of non-compliance, that turns a routine encounter into a life-or-death one? And how do we ask people to carry that uncertainty into work every single day, not knowing which stop is going to be the ordinary one, and which one is going to be this?